Today I'm going to be doing a tag. I haven't done one for a little while and I had so much fun doing my last one, so I thought let's just do it. So today I'm going to do my first time tag. It is not like it sounds, just going to throw that out there. I've watched a few of these and just kind of picked some of my favourite, my first time things, and I'm just going to do them, so let's have a look. My first word. I think my first word must have been dada. I'm pretty sure it was dada or daddy or some variation of that. Most people thought, I remember I did my A level in English language, which was, just gonna say it, one of the most boring subjects ever. One particular module was about like how children like form words and like how they form their language and start speaking, and the reason that most people say like dada instead of mama is because these are just easier to say than M's when you're younger, so a little bit of a tidbit fact for you there. So yeah, I think it was dada. Pretty sure it was dada. My first teddy. Wait there. This is my first teddy. This is Old Bear. I got him when I was born, so as you can imagine he was bigger than me when I was born. He was named after, there was like a book series called Old Bear. I think the first one was about this bear that kind of put up in the loft, and all his teddy bear friends were trying to like rescue him, and then there were other like books in the series as well, but yeah, he was named after that. He's my first teddy. He was the first thing that was put in our house when we bought it. He's a little bit bold here because one of our old cats used to get quite amorous with him, and when he got amorous he nested, so you know, a bit of bolding, but he is much loved. He's just gonna stay here with me for the rest of this now. My first friend, there's one of two people this could be. The first one could be a guy named Callum. He lived literally like 2 doors down from us when we were younger. His dad is still actually like really good friends with my dad. But he was like a month younger than me. He had like an older brother who was friends with my older brother, and then they then had like a younger son who was then friends with my younger brother. But yeah, so I think it was Callum. I remember one year I think it was for my birthday, I got like a toy Hoover or something, and he was really jealous and he wanted one, so he got one for his birthday or Christmas, which is quite weird. I think like my first school friend is probably a girl named Charlotte, who unfortunately I don't really keep in contact with now. We're Facebook friends. But I remember like being friends with her for like a long time in school, and then I moved schools in like year 4 and we just kind of stopped being friends, I guess. Our mums are still friends, I believe. But yeah, and I think like one of my earliest memories of her is we were around for a birthday party, and Spice Girls on the telly, and we tried to do piggyback and we fell and we headbutted. We headbutted the Spice Girls. Oh yeah. My first school crush. I think, okay, I had a lot of boyfriends in school. Primary school mainly. You know, when you have like that boyfriend that was like for like 2 days, 3 days, and you kind of go again, I've got a boyfriend, and you are literally like 6 years old. It was like that kind of thing. But one of these guys was called Ben, and he was, I think, my first boyfriend as well. But yeah, I think he was like my first school crush. I liked him. He was like, it's really strange to think of it now, but yeah, I think he was like my first school crush. And he was my boyfriend when I left that school in year 4 as well. And we stopped being boyfriend girlfriend then because we just didn't see each other. That whole thing is shaking. So yeah, so he was my first school crush and my first boyfriend, I think. My first kiss. I think I was in like year 6, and it was with this guy called Ollie, and I remember, you know those like houses that are on like a playground that are for like year 1, year 2, and they're literally like this high, and you could just go in them, and I remember our friends kind of pushing us in one of those and they wouldn't let us out until we kissed. As you do. So that was a bit weird. Thanks guys. Thanks. Celebrity crush, I think it's probably Robbie Williams. He's the first one I remember fancying, I think. I loved Robbie. I really, really loved Robbie. I still love Robbie. I remember being really upset when he left Take That. I remember seeing him at a charity football game, and for like about a month afterwards I kept apparently going, I can't believe I saw Robbie Williams, mum. I can't believe I saw Robbie Williams. And I like kept saying things like that continually for ages, and I can imagine that was really, really annoying, because it would be really, really annoying. So I think it was Robbie Williams. I can't really, nobody else sticks out in my head. Who's my crush now? Chris Hemsworth. Oh, Chris Hemsworth. My first job, when I was 15, I think we were in year 10, we had to do work experience at school, and I went and worked in a preschool for 2 weeks. Before I did that, I wanted to become a primary school teacher. After I did that, yeah, I don't like children now. Sorry, I know that's weird for a woman to say, but I'm really not a child person. I'm not a baby person, not a toddler person, not a kid person. I'm really not a baby person. So I don't know, I can't remember when this started, so I don't know if 2 weeks at a preschool killed that dream or something else happened. I don't know, who knows. My first proper like paying job aside from babysitting, I worked in a card shop called the Card Factory, and I was there for about a year and I hated it. Absolutely hated it. It was crap pay, people were pretty crap, job was crap, it was just crap, and I to this day refuse to go in there and buy cards. I do. First gig or concert, I think this was a concert called Net Aid, and it was in like the 90s, late 90s I think, and I don't know how my dad got tickets for us all, and it was like this massive like charity concert that had like David Bowie and Robbie Williams. It had George Michael, the Eurythmics, what's that Irish band, The Cause, is that what they're called? I can't remember. Who else did they have? Stereophonics. I wish I could remember it more, but I was quite young, but I think that was the first one I went to. That's definitely the first one I remember going to. It was either that or it would have been a Robbie Williams one, because I did love Robbie Williams and I think I've been to a couple of his, so one of those two. My first car was a Peugeot 106, our little pug. I called him Percy after my dead hamster, because you know that's always nice. He was blue and my dad got him off eBay for about £800 and he was awesome. He passed every single MOT he ever had. Don't know how, but he did. And he lasted for a good 3 or 4 years. He died a couple of years ago when he basically decided that whenever it rained he didn't want to work. He just refused to work in the rain basically, which was, it made life difficult considering we live in England. As he died he was scrapped because, you know, I kind of need a car that works in the rain. So yeah, poor Percy. He was brilliant though, I loved him. First blog post, I'm trying to think. It's either one or two, I can't remember which one. I think it was, it was just the beginning of Lent when I first started blogging I believe, or just after Lent, and I had given up clothes shopping for Lent, like a weirdo, and I think my post was I just ordered a pair of shoes and I was trying to justify how giving up clothes shopping for Lent didn't mean that I'd given up shoe shopping. I think that's what the post was. It was either that or it was when the first Hunger Games came out and Jennifer Lawrence was looking awesome and I did a Hunger Girls girl crush post, I think. The first time I met my fiance, we worked the same kind of part-time job, Saturday job. We worked at Staples stationery store and it was my first day, and I remember he didn't come in till 1 o'clock in the afternoon because he used to play football in the mornings, and he worked the later shift, whereas I did like 9 till 5 I think. He did 1 till 6:30. So yeah, we met when we were introduced then, and as they say, the rest is history. Well, not really, there were a few other things that happened, but you get me, that's where we met. My first pet, When I was born, my parents had 3 cats. One, Bill, Ben, who were brothers, and Mouse Hound. So they're kind of my first ones, but my first own pet was a fish. It was a goldfish. I'm pretty sure I called it Goldie. I'm not 100% sure. But I also know that one of our cats, called Dylan, so different cat, used to keep eating it, and because my parents didn't want me to know and get upset, they kept replacing it. So they replaced it a fair few times before they kind of gave up on that idea. But yeah, that was my first pet at my parents'. My first pets here are obviously Fred and George, 2 little ginger ninjas who are a pain in the arse but very cute. Pains in the arse, and I loved them to pieces. That is my first time tag. I hope you guys enjoyed it, learned anything, I don't know. Maybe you're interested, I don't know. If you want to see more tags, let me know. Pop some suggestions down below because I quite enjoy doing them. I think they're quite fun. And yeah, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you do this tag, let me know because I'd love to see it. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you're not new, then thanks for coming back. Please come back again. And I will see you all again very soon. Bye. Hope you, you're good. Are you good? I'm good. I'm good. Good. My first time. My blah, 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 blah. No. Oh, George is coming. Fred, what are you doing? Oi. Do not dig up that carpet, thank you. What are you two doing? Really? Really? Right. Come on. Out. Out. You two.